Welcome to CEFN's Focus on Fitness, where making healthy choices creates healthy lifestyles. On behalf of Sherry Hill, our founder and executive director, we welcome you to our show. And also with me is our great and magnificent co-host, our certified holistic food consultant, Linda Taylor.
All right, you got it.
I got it, yes.
You got it.
And also our guest, Tamlin Campbell. I'll get that right. Now say I mess up one name and get
That's
the other
okay.
one right.
You're not the first person to do that with Tamlin. So.
And I'm Reverend Jesse Brown, your host. I think I'll be your host for a little while longer anyway. Look, we've been talking about, of course, raw foods, and you did a magnificent job, or will be doing a magnificent job for us in the kitchen. See, I get to taste that stuff, so I'm waiting on that time. But tell us more about what you do and how you are getting your message out.
Well, I'm beginning to run seminars now on raw and vegan food. And what I'm doing now is actually doing YouTubes and DVDs and webinars and all those type of things like that. I like to get the message out through media and also through running seminars.
And what sort of message is it that you're trying to get out?
I want to inspire people to eat raw and living food and to inspire the masses to do it. You know, I think it's more of the way that you do it. There's a niche there in the raw food movement. I think there are many people teaching people how to make raw food. There are many there are many segments in raw food, but I think my unique niche is actually inspiring people to eat raw food, to beginning and to succeed with it. So it's an inspirational niche for me.
Now, what is that inspirational niche? Can you tell us that?
Yeah, I think it comes from me. It comes from the God that's in me. You know, it comes from Christ that's in me.
All right.
And I think that's what fuels me. You know, so the raw food is one fuel, but really for me personally, Jesus Christ is my main source of strength, and I use that source of strength to fuel other people.
Okay, and what's your focus?
My focus is on, right now, I would say, athletes and churches.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Athletics. I love to go into the athletic departments and, for Philadelphia sports teams and teams around the country, really, and really just make a paradigm shift on how athletes eat. You know, because I really believe that if the athletes would eat better, if they ate green soups, you know, if they ate green smoothies, if they got some of the high energy food, could you imagine the performance? You know, it will be phenomenal. You know?
I'm trying to imagine the look that you're getting from them when you say no meat.
Well, I wouldn't say no meat automatically. You know, that wouldn't be my focus. Although I do believe that no meat is the ideal. I do. I really believe that. At the same time, I know people have to be where they're at.
Yeah,
right.
gradual, right.
If they do eat meat, definitely organic meat. Yet what my focus would be to begin to include as much greens as you possibly can, because greens is the power of the universe. You know, greens is the force, the chlorophyll is beautiful. You know, so when they experience that, when they see that they can leap higher, when they see they can think faster, you know, when they see that they can spin quicker, you know, they'll be hooked on it. You know, so for me, it is an entry for me I really haven't done it yet, but that is really a goal of mine. It's a vision of mine.
Because they're not overloaded on all those chemicals and preservatives, you know, and pesticides, you know. Yeah,
just think about this. The athlete is the fuel that an athlete uses are hoagies, cheesesteaks, beef, rice, potatoes, all of these starches, and look how magnificent they perform.
Yeah.
You know, they still do a very good job.
Yes.
So just imagine what is the performance of Michael Jordan if he ate a living food program.
You know what? I think we could get a 76er championship. I think we could get an Eagles championship. I think we could get, all of the sports teams.
Philadelphia. Don't make me angry.
We can get all of the sports teams. We can get some championships out of this. But, equally as important in this whole mission of ours, because, our mission is one and the same here in trying to get people to eat healthy and to live healthy lifestyles, is that we, instead of Philadelphia being known for hoagies, maybe we ought to be better known for live foods and for healthy people. And instead of being the fattest, one of the fattest cities in the country, maybe we can be one of the healthiest cities in the country.
All right.
Yeah.
That is possible.
That is very possible right here in Philadelphia.
Yes.
So I see that your mission is right in line.
Yes.
With what we've been trying to do, and of course, one of the other interesting things I think that you present to us is the fact that this healthy eating can lead to dealing with some of the social ills like childhood obesity that we keep talking about.
Most definitely, yes.
And families not eating right. I don't want to use the buzzword childhood obesity because really you're talking about families.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, you got it.
You know, families eating well and teaching children from the time that they were conceived how to eat well.
That's possible.
And we have to model that. And I think what you have brought to us and what your presentation has done is kind of illuminated that or something.
So what is the name of your company now?
Tomlinspiration. Tomlin Spiration.
Okay, so you play on
Exclamation
words. There you go. All right, y'all heard that 76ers, right? He's ready.
Flyers,
he wants to make them
Phillies,
fly. He wants to make
Eagles.
them all great sports teams.
Okay,
That's right.
But now I have this challenging question to ask you, and that is, how are you going to work with the churches?
Well, that is a challenging question because with churches, it's another paradigm shift. Our churches are used to fried chickens and mashed potatoes and
Macaroni
and cheese.
There we
and,
go.
come on.
Collard
Greens, that stuff is good. But
flavored with ham hock.
And flavored with ham hock. And we're used to that. It is a difference. However, churches are they're changing too.
Yes, they are.
There's a shift happening in the churches. Right now, I'm going to Enon Church, and that's where I attend. I'm a member of Enon Church, and you can see the changes in Enon Church. We have a 40-day program, a 40-day fasting program.
Right.
A lot of it is based on raw and living food.
Right.
So I'll be doing some work with Enon also.
Well,
and there people really, even with families. You mentioned families. Families can be tight. They may not want to change until they see you change. Until you don't force the food on them. Just eat your food. I think Sister Beverly. I could see her say, yeah. You just be you. You eat your food. You don't say. In fact, be selfish with your food. Don't act like this is my food. This is my smoothie. This is my great big salad. And be selfish with it, and the people will want something that they can't have. So
the best way to see that is when you're at a company and they're saying, okay, we're going to order out, and then they order pizza, and you say, well, I want a vegetarian pizza. And then they get the sausage pizza and the pepperoni pizza. And then when the pizzas come in, what's the first one to go? The vegetarian pizza.
The vegetarian pizza, yeah.
But for some reason, they're afraid to order it themselves.
Right.
But if you order it, they'll eat it before you get there.
Well, I have the same thing. One of my missions, personal missions, has been whenever I host pastoral meetings at my congregation or at my church, I don't do coffee. I bring juices. I bring apples, oranges, pears, just a few, grapes.
Right, but you live your mission.
And put it out on the table. And you won't believe this, but before the folks leave, all of that fruit is gone.
That's right.
Right.
All of it is gone. So I know something's happening when we present it to them.
Right.
I didn't say you couldn't. I mean, if you want to bring your own potato chips, you go right ahead. But I'm not going to supply the potato chips, but I will supply the bananas.
Exactly.
And that's, that's something important we need to learn is that we can model our convictions.
Yes, and you can model it in a beautiful way. Let's say when you said the word presenting food, their presentation is absolutely important because when you can take something very, very, very simple, like a simple apple, and cut it up in a certain way, and put it on a nice black plate. And that apple is very interesting when you present it well, and it's an organic apple of the finest quality. All of a sudden, something so simple becomes so delicious and so beautiful.
Well, we're stealing from the people who try to get us to eat the other kind of food because that's exactly what they do. It's presentation.
Right.
Well,
it's not about nutrition. It's about how well can I do this.
Yes.
And that's why kids flock to McDonald's because they present it halfway well. And that's why they go to Burger King, and that's why they go, all of the other places that we eat a lot of unhealthy food.
Well, before our time run out, there was a place you were saying that people can go to who want to start raw?
Yeah.
And what place is that?
There's a place called Hallelujah Acres, and they have a 60-day program, and it's free. Just Hallelujah Acres. If you go to www.acres.com, sign up for the 60-day raw food program. And it's an outstanding program.
And that's
it's
good for
completely
beginners.
free. Yeah, it's very good for beginners because they have videos every day. They send people videos.
Okay.
And they have a little motivational message there, and they show people how to make the food, and they give all kinds of examples of people who lost weight.
We're running
stuff like
out
that.
of time, as we
right.
always do, but I want you to tell you, you can go see Tomlin Campbell at our website at cefn.org. You can see his recipes. You can find out more about him and the information that he provides on this show. So come join us and eat healthy.
Hello, and welcome to Focus on Fitness here at Germantown Y. My name is Kind Essence, and today I'm going to demonstrate chair yoga. First, I'd like us to begin with one of our most foundation of poses. It's called Tadasana, which means mountain pose. So you're going to stand very comfortably with your feet about hip width apart. The space between the toes is the same as the space between your heels. I want you to bring your shoulders up to the ears and then take them back, opening up the chest, and just relax the arms by your side. Slowly bring your palms up to the heart and take some deep breaths. This relaxes the body, lets the shoulders melt down into the back, brings down the tension and anxiety, and prepares you for your workout. Release your arms gently to the side. The first thing I want us to do today is to warm up the spine with standing twists. You're going to step apart, slightly relax the body, and just swing the body around from side to side. Let the body warm up the hips, and you can move the chair out of the way if it's in your way, because you want your arms to swing naturally around. And let the body twist. And when you've done this for a couple of seconds, turn to the right and hold the twist. And then come back again. And just let the body and let the arms swing wildly around. And go to your left and do the same thing. Roll around, warming up the spine, the waist in preparation for a workout. And then slow, slow, slow until you come to a standing still. Now we're going to do what we call the monkey stretch. And because it resembles children looking like monkeys when they're playing, you ball your fists up standing tall in Tadasana, and then let the right arm slide down the right side of the body as you bring the left one up to the armpit and stretch it out. Press the shoulder back while you're doing that stretch. Come up slowly with an inhale. Do the same on the other side, exhaling as you're folding over to the side, pressing that shoulder back. Oh, it feels so good. There we go. Now that we've warmed up our sides a bit, I want to work with something that's very important to a lot of my seniors, balance. Stand behind a chair, and if you're at home, you can do this at your kitchen sink, you can do it at your bathroom sink, it really doesn't matter. Now, I don't want you to put your weight on the sink or the chair, I simply want you to hold on for security purposes. And I want you to rise up slowly on your toes, and then come back down. And remember, in yoga, everything we do is accompanied by a breath. You're either inhaling or you're exhaling. So when we rise up, we're inhaling because we're lengthening the body, and we hold this pose, and if you feel really good, you can release. Put your hands back on the chair lightly, exhaling it back down the heels to the floor. Now shake it out. Now you should do this several times a day. It strengthens the arch, it works and stretches the arch in your feet, the ankles. Now, we're going to do something called the crane. And this is a very important pose, and again, you can use a chair, or you can use your sink, but I just want you to hold on gently. Starting from Tadasana, I want you to bring up the right knee and let the foot hang down, it doesn't matter. Just let it hang. Again, we're working with our balance, so you can place your hand here, you can place it on your waist, keep the shoulders down, the body erect. Everything in yoga is about posture and your breathing. Now, for those of you who are really courageous, grab that knee and bring it up to the chest. Lift up, rotate the ankle. in both directions. This strengthens the lower back, the thigh muscles, your abdominals. Yes, and if you're really brave, you can let go. All right, take it down nice and easy and move to the other side. One thing about yoga is balance. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So just let the foot hang, find your courage, your stance, and focus on that foot that's on the floor. Dig into the earth with that energy as if you're creating roots to hold the upper part of the body up. All right, let's bring this knee up and rotate that ankle in both directions. And let's get brave. All right. Release the leg back to the floor. Good. Now, there's something I want to do that's so good for the back, a forward fold. Now, a lot of you may not be able to do it to the floor, so I'm going to do it two ways and show you a modification, all right? You're going to stand and face your chair. Take a nice deep breath in. Establish your foundation, your footing. Inhale up. Let your hands can be on your waist, or you can roll them down your thighs. You roll down. Now, for those who need support, place your hands on the seat of the chair. Push the hands back. Allow the body to fold forward and release. It's like a hinge, and you release your ears and toward your arms and stretch out your back. And there you got support. You're lengthening the spine, the back, and you release all the tension down through the shoulders, through the arms, reaching out through the fingertips. Now, for those who are bold, you can wrap your hand, which I call elbow to elbow, and just hang down and just relax. Take a few breaths here. You'll feel the muscles stretching back in the calves, at the ankle. And if you need help coming up, press onto the chair and push yourself up. And stand, process, and breathe. All right, now, that should feel very good. So when you're in your middle of your session and you finished all of your workout, you always want to close out with time just to focus on what you've done and what you've accomplished. So we're going to bring this session to a halt. We're going to just slowly do a little forward twist here, a bend, stretching out, pressing the shoulders down. Allow your hands to ride down, stretch it out here. Release the body. Slowly bring it back up. Sit back in the chair. Palms up. Close your eyes. And become at peace. I'd like to thank you for joining us, and I hope you try out some of these techniques at home and give yourself a step toward wellness. Until next time, namaste.
We are at the Focus on Fitness Kitchen here at the Germantown Y. You know, the Germantown Y has reorganized itself and has doing some great things. I know that many of you may have come to exercise, but here, Focus on Fitness has come to bring our message and to join the message of the Germantown Y of healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle. And I have with me Tomlin Campbell. Thanks for coming to the show again.
Glad to be here again.
And I know that you've given us great recipes before, and you've got another one for us today. What do you have?
We have a garden blend soup.
Ah, all right.
Okay. Now, is blended. The beauty of blending is that when you blend something, you can assimilate it easy into your body. If a person wants to lose weight, blend. Mm-hmm. So whether it's a raw green smoothie or a raw soup, blend.
All right. So in other words, are you also trying to tell me, I'm just reading between the lines here, that it's not a soup that you put on the stove, you know,
right,
like we did with chicken noodle, when you get it out the can and dump it in.
Right.
All right. So what do we do with this?
This is a living soup. You know, the difference between is a raw soup. There's a difference between raw and living. Raw is like an apple, a red apple here. This is raw. You pick it straight from a tree, that's raw. But when something is living, it has sprouts in it.
Okay.
Let's take, for example, an alfalfa sprout. It's still growing. It's still living. It's sprouting. That's life. So the more we could add sprouts into soups, into our dishes,
Right.
the more life we're going to have.
Well, I know that you're going to tell us in a moment the ingredients and how everything goes in it, but I also know that you want to take this message to churches and to athletic operations and things like that. I know it's part of your passion in this.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and I say churches for one reason is because many of our churches, we've been selling sweet potato pies and chicken dinner for a long, long time. And I think it's a time to change that paradigm. It's time to start putting some raw sweet potato pie
There you go.
and start selling those, or some raw chicken,
There
but
you
not meat though.
Right.
You can make raw chicken out of nuts and seeds.
Okay.
You know, and you can
Okay.
put seasoning, spices, anything that you can do cook. You can practically do it raw.
So what would be good? See, this is a sales pitch, you guys. So hang in there with me. What we might need to do is to have you go around to some of our athletic teams in junior high school and in high school and in maybe the 76ers will even, they ought to call you up.
I'm there.
All right.
I'm there.
Hey,
76ers,
you
I've
heard
been
us.
following you for a
Come
long
on.
time. The Sixers, I've been following ever since I was a little child.
All right.
And these athletes, see, our athletes are running on fuel. Let's take, for example, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the greatest athlete the world has ever seen, I believe. Yet, what if Michael Jordan had this soup into his body? What are the possibilities that he could be even better?
Sure.
You know? So what if the possibilities, he had all these greens in his body, the apples, the oranges, and had all of this life food into his system, colors, you know?
And of course, athletes anyway, particularly professional athletes, college and professional athletes, they beat up on their bodies pretty good.
Yes, they do.
That's the way the game is played, whether it's basketball, football, tennis, hockey, soccer. It doesn't really matter. The athletes at that level are putting a lot of stress on their bodies, so they need to have good nutrition.
Exactly. And this soup right here repairs and heals. All right, so if you hurt yourself, the green will heal you. You know, any green on the face of the planet, just look around. Just look anywhere, and you'll see green everywhere. This green is for our bodies. It is the most important food on the planet.
And I guess more importantly, we should say that us great athletes, I'm the one who taught Michael Jordan, and how to jump that high.
I believe you.
All the rest of us. Well, we need to eat healthy too.
Yes, we
It's
do.
not just for the Michael Jordans of the world, but it's
Right.
also for you and for me. And by doing that, we get to live longer, live healthier, and live with less aches and pains.
Yes.
I'm tired of the complaining, and who's listening anyway?
Exactly. Why don't we have a paradigm to rid the aches and pains? And that's what I'm working on too. So when you eat a green soup, see, you have to eat mindfully. You have to eat in a meditative way. When you eat a green soup, you won't rush this because you can feel the colors in the soup. See, this has all the spectrums that's in the rainbow, all in this bowl of soup right here. It has different colors in it, and that's what we want. The rainbow has magnetic energy, and that's what we need. We need magnetic energy. So if you take this carrot right here and look at this carrot in a Kirlian microscope, what the Kirlian microscope will show you, it'll show live, living electrical patterns in here, and it'll look like the universe. Now, if I took this same carrot and cooked it, it would be darker. It would be deader.
Right.
So that's the importance of getting electrical food into your body.
Okay.
All right.
Now, what's in our soup?
So what do we have in our soup here? We have an apple right here. This is supposed to be cilantro. I have it over here, but use your imagination. This
Cilantro?
is, pretend this is cilantro. It was parsley.
Gotcha.
And then we have kale. Kale is full of vitamins and minerals. The darker the leaf, the better.
Yeah,
all right.
this is
the
real
more
dark.
vitamins, the more minerals, the darker the leaf. So this is very important. Then we have an avocado. Take this avocado, slice it up like this. Get used to the avocado because it's full of good fat. Take the core out like that, and you just take a spoon like that and scoop
And
the
dip it
avocado
out.
out, put it right in there. It's quick and easy.
All right.
And then we have orange. I took a real orange, not orange juice that's from the store because
Concentrate?
that's acidic, and we don't want acidic. We want
Okay.
alkaline.
All right.
Okay, you want your body to be alkaline, not acid. All right, so this
Gotcha.
is what this will do. We have lemons right here. These are organic lemons. Remember that we are made from the soil. This whole colorful spectrum, this whole palette is from the earth.
Right.
You know, and in the Bible it says that we were made of the dirt.
That's
so the
right.
dirt, and we are made of the earth and made of the soil, and soil is that important. Doesn't it stand to reason that we should be really paying attention to eating organic food, because organic food has the most powerful soil on the planet?
All right.
I think so.
I think
So we
so.
take this soup, and you can take this soup and you can take it on a picnic. You
Sure.
can have it for a holiday
Well,
festivity.
you know, I like the notion, I like the idea that people rush around and saying they can't eat right.
Yeah.
And this is something that you can fix and bring with you to work, or send it off to school,
Mm-hmm. Right.
or have it ready when you come home and when you
Exactly.
don't want to cook in particular. Hey, there are ways that if you want to eat healthy, you can prepare yourself to do so.
I want you to ask me a question.
All right.
How long does it take to make that food?
Yeah, how long does it take to make that?
To make this particular soup, I'm glad you asked that question. To make this particular soup right here, it only takes a couple of minutes. Have this stuff washed off the day before. Have your cilantro washed off.
Right.
All of this stuff. Look at this. Have it already washed off. The next day, the only thing you have to do is throw it into a blender, and then it's done. And in a matter of minutes, it's done. So I would say in about 5 minutes, it's done. Now, in this particular soup, our avocado here. Remember, the avocado is a very fragile fruit. Okay, it's a fruit. It's not a vegetable because it has a seed. Anything that has a seed is a fruit. Now, it's fragile, so you want to blend this at the very end. Blend everything first, and then at the very end, you'll blend the avocado. So it'll be still green. You want that green color in there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, as usual, we get to the point where somebody has to taste this.
Yes.
Because it's not just enough to talk about how good it is. We want to see somebody say, good.
Exactly.
In this process. Do we have our taste tester out there? We have all kinds of all kinds of people. Come on over this side, dear.
And I'm
To join us for taste testing. You get to try it first.
I'm serving you up some soup.
I can't.
And I can tell you that all of our taste testing has been magnificent. I get the pleasure of having it on every show.
That's good.
That's all right?
I like it.
Different.
All right.
Yeah, it's very light.
Hey, here,
It's a nice tea.
let me. Did you want any more?
Oh, we put jalapeno in there also.
I'm there. This is right down my alley. Oh, don't go anywhere. You stay right on over here with
And
us.
it's tangy too.
It is tangy.
Yeah.
This is good soup, folks. Really good soup. And what is it? Ginger or what? Not ginger. I don't know.
Jalapeno pepper.
Oh, jalapeno.
We put some heat in there. Okay, we want that
It
heat.
has a kick to it.
It has a kick. This will.
I'm all right.
We have some other peppers, but this is the one that we chose for this recipe. It comes from this book, by the way. I forgot to tell you, Raw Inspiration.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Look, if you want to know more about this recipe, go to our website at cefn.org. If you want to know more about Tomlin Campbell, go to our website. It's at cefn.org. And if you want to know how to contact him on doing this or get him as a motivational speaker, he can talk about this stuff. Or 76ers, he's ready to be hired. Come on. He'll help make your athletes even greater. Call him, cefn.org. Hey, folks, go eat healthy.